Alright, I'm doing a Tamagotchi collection video. These are the first ones I got when I was a kid. Unfortunately, I tried recording this once and then I realized it wasn't on, so we're trying this again. This one was the first one I ever got. It's a Tamagotchi No. I forget whether they were called minis or nanos. But this is the one that came out in 2004. It has barely any gameplay, in that it doesn't have a game that the Tamagotchi can play with you. The originals do have that, but this version does not. You can just feed it snacks, feed it food, and clean up its poop and put it to sleep, and those are the only functions it has. It's a very, very simple Tamagotchi. These two I got right afterwards. They are Connections version 2s. I love these things, as you can see how beat up they are. This one actually isn't the original I had. I ended up throwing it away when it stopped working, which I now regret. But anyway, I went on eBay and I found one that had similar wear and tear to this one, which is the original that I had. So now they match. They're back together again. Yeah, so these are the ones we're starting out with. Then let's go to the version 3s that I have, if I have any here. Yeah, I have a few. I think the one that's my favorite is actually not here, it's at my apartment. But here are some version 3s. This one is actually see-through, you can't really tell. Or at least it's hard to tell, depending on the lighting. But yeah, it's slightly see-through. It's like a sort of smoky black color, and it's really fun. I always think of it as like the vampire kind of aesthetic. Really, really pretty. This one, I made this little sleeve for it, which is actually too tight. This one has the flower symbols on it. Not symbols, design. It's definitely very worn away in places, but I love it just as much. This one barely got any use, which is why it looks in such good condition. But yeah, these are some of the version 3s. I remember when the version 3s came out, I was super excited because they were way more interesting to me than the version 2s. The version 2s had not very good gameplay, in my opinion, in terms of like the actual games that were on the device. These guys had Get, which is my favorite Tamagotchi game. I got really, really good at it, and so I could rack up points really quickly, and so that was always my favorite thing to do, so that I could buy a lot of stuff for my little pet. So yeah, these are the version 3s that I have to show you, at least now. I do have a few more, and one of them is at my apartment, so I can't show you that. Alright, so this is the last version 3 I have, that I have with me that I can show you. This one unfortunately has a reproduction back that I got off Etsy. It's, I think, made of like 3D printed plastic, and so they covered it with like a varnish so that it wasn't as textured, but it's still clearly not really fitting as nicely as the original would have. This one also doesn't work, so it's unfortunate, but I can't use this one. So if I ever learn to repair Tamagotchis, I'll definitely start with this one. Alright, what have we got next? Let's get into the version 4s. Unfortunately, when I was a kid, I thought it was really funny that the version 4s had like really delicate antennae, and so I had a lot of fun just snapping them off. I wasn't a very violent child normally, but for some reason the fact that these were poorly made just really was very funny to me. So I do regret that, because now these are not nearly as cute and not nearly as profitable on the secondhand market. But that's okay. I'm probably not going to get rid of them anyway because I like them too much. This one I really like because of the flowers. I'm a big floral fan, so love anything with flowers. This one is see-through, which again is awesome. Love anything see-through. Uh, this one has a really cool wave motif. Yeah, they're great. Next is, what have we got? We don't have any version 5s, unfortunately. We ended up getting rid of those. So next is the version 6. I only have one. I ended up sorry, that sounds a little extreme. I sold one of my other ones. I had two originally, and I found the gameplay overwhelming, so I immediately, when I re-picked up the hobby, I immediately sold it because it was worth a lot of money. I had the green one with drums, so I sold that one on eBay, and I got some good money for it. This is the one that I decided to keep because I don't have a lot of pink and purple Tamagotchis. It's really cute. It's got the guitar pick and everything, and I just think it's aesthetic, even though I never play with it. I did play with it once recently, but it's just not my thing. I don't like the version 6s. I might sell this one eventually. Okay, so now that we've gotten through all the ones that I had as a kid, we should probably start with going through the originals, which I didn't have as a kid because I was born in '97. Should we go in any particular order? I guess not. We're starting with pinks. So I have a lot of originals. They just keep coming out with really cute shell designs, and I really, really like them. So that's unfortunate for my wallet, but here are a bunch of them. They're all really cute. Some of them haven't even been played yet, so I'm waiting for, the perfect time to play them because I can't seem to get through all of the Tamagotchis that I have. This one I've played a bunch. This is the first one that I bought off Amazon when I saw that they were selling the reproduction originals. And this one I've played a few times. But yeah, so these are the pink ones. Let's get into the reds and oranges. This one will have to go with the reds. And I also have a yellow and blue one. This one I really, really like. It was, I think, before they repackaged the originals. So this one's from 2017 rather than like 2019. But yeah, I just think it's so cute with the screaming Tamagotchi right there, this mouth wide open. I just think it's so cute. And the honey one is like obviously like super adorable. It's got a see-through shell with like opaque design on top, which I just think is such a good idea. I love anything that's see-through, honestly. So these are some more that I have. I've played this one a bunch. As you can see, it doesn't have the tag, but the rest of these do have the original like pull tab. All right, so those are those. Next, let's do some greens and some blues. Yeah, I have these. These two I actually bought secondhand off eBay. They came as a set, and I think supposedly one of them didn't work, but I put batteries in them and they work fine. So I don't know what that was about. I really got it because of this one, because I love the sort of like citrusy looking green with sparkles. I think it's so cute. This one I could take or leave, but it is see-through, so I do like that. It's just, I'm not a big fan of the sort of dark teal color. And then this one has Memichi. Is that it? No, Mimichi. I'm so sorry. I always get those three confused, Mamichi, Mimichi, and Memichi, because they all sound so similar. But no, this is Mimichi on the design, and she's just adorable. So, have these. Next, I do have this one, which came with this sort of clamshell design. It's really cute, but I never actually use this as a carrier for the Tamagotchi because I find it very difficult to actually get to the buttons. So I wish this wasn't like, I wish there was a hole here. It'd be so better. It would be so much more functional if there was a hole here so that you could actually get to the buttons. But there isn't, so I never use this. I also have this one, which I haven't run yet. I'm just now noticing. I love this design, though, with the fireworks. My birthday's in July, so I love anything with fireworks. Then this one, I should take the little crochet sleeve off it. This one I've played a bunch. I think it's adorable. I love anything with flowers, as I said, and I love the sort of soft blue color of the shell. I think it's just so pretty. This one is, I think it was supposed to be like Y2K looking with the sort of sparkles and the see-through blue. I think it was an Amazon exclusive. Oh, and it's got some little Tamagotchis there on the back. Still haven't played it, but I think it's really, really pretty. And that's all of the originals I have here with me. I have a few more at my apartment, but they are inaccessible to me at this time, so I won't be able to show you those. Let's see. Next, I should probably do the minis. I've got this one, and I already showed you this one. And you can also see how the chains on them are different. The original, like the first release of the mini, had this sort of chain, and then the reproductions have the actual, you know, sort of ball chain, I guess it's called. The one that, you know, everyone associates with the original Tamagotchi with the ball chain. I much prefer this with the clip. I think it's like really fun and a lot more sturdy, honestly. But unfortunately, I don't always get what I want. So yeah, these are I believe these came out in 2019, I want to say. They were definitely the 20th anniversary of the release of this, which probably means this came out earlier than 2004. But I know I bought it in 2004. I don't remember. But yeah, these are the 20th anniversary re-release. This is the original mini. So those are those. Next, I should probably do the version 2s and wait. Okay, so this is a bit confusing. I have a few version 1s, and I forget which is which, which is not the best. I have this one, which I believe is a version 1. I could be wrong though. It might be a version 2, and I'd have to run it to actually check. So I don't know what this is. These two are definitely version 1s. I know that because I ran them recently, and they did not have a shop. That's the difference between the version 1 and version 2 connections. One of them has a shop and one of them doesn't. They they added the addition of points for doing the games in the version 1, but they didn't think to add a shop. So the version 2 adds the shop that you can spend the points with, which is kind of a funny oversight to me. The version 1s are really, really cute, but they're not as fun to play, at least for me personally, although they do have better characters in my opinion. So I have these, and I'm realizing now that I also forgot to show you a few that I should have shown you earlier. This one is a version 3. It's like a really cool, like silvery and black color. I could never get rid of it. I love it so much. This is in re-release original. I forget what year this particular design came out, but they're constantly updating the originals, putting out these exact ones with new designs. So who knows? But this one is like a see-through with sparkles and an overlaid opaque design. And it's just so pretty. I couldn't I guess like pass it up. I just think it's so pretty. And I did play with it recently and it just died, which is why you can see the little design on the screen. Okay, so I forgot to show you those, but now I have. The next I should probably show you is the Nanos. These ones are kind of like the originals in that they keep re-releasing more and more of them. At least with these, they're different. Like the gameplay is different depending on which one you get, and they're all branded. So this is the Pac-Man one, this is the Jurassic Park one, and this is the Star Wars one. Um, and they're all really cute. I'm currently running this one, the Pac-Man one, and it's really fun. I have to say, I know a lot of people don't like the nanos, and I personally like the minis more than the nanos, but I think the nanos are really cute. I don't know. I don't hate them as much as everyone else seems to. So those are those. And then, I guess, next I'm going to show you my unis. I actually have 4, but only 3 of them are with me. So I can only show you these 3 for now. So this one is the Angel, which came out recently. This one is the Sanrio, which came out recently, and this is the Blue, which unfortunately was, like, I guess, discontinued. It's hard to say because it was an Amazon exclusive in the United States for a while, and then Amazon just hasn't had it in stock for at least the past 6 months. And so I don't know what's going on with that. You can't really get it anymore, at least in the United States, and that really sucks. So that's the Blue one. I'm running all 3 of these right now, too, so we can look at my little characters. Yeah, they're really cute. They're really nice. I like them a lot. Have any of them pooped? No, they're good. So I love the unis. I could spend a long time talking about how great the gameplay is for the unis. Yeah, they're awesome. Alright, so I've just shown you the unis. Now I guess I'll just show you the miscellaneous other non-Tamagotchi toys I have, which I have a fair amount, actually. These 3 I bought recently. These 2 are exactly the same, and they're really cheap, and they are absolute garbage, honestly. I thought they might be fun to just play around with, but they just have no like memory function. Like if you change your character, which you can do, you can change your character from a lot of different options. You can get like a chicken or a frog or a whatever, and you can just switch between those whenever you want, and it doesn't seem to affect anything. And I don't know, at a certain point I just don't care anymore because there's no like internal logic to what you can do and what you can't do. So these 2 I'm not a fan of. They're not worth it. This Gigapet is cool, I guess, but it wasn't for me. And then I dropped it and it broke. So right now it doesn't work anyway. So that's a bit disappointing. I really did like the fairy idea with like the wings that are like actually attached to the console, but yeah, not very exciting. These ones are kind of duds for me. And then in terms of things that are not Tamagotchis, I also have, well, 2, technically 3 Flower Go Walks, but 2 that I have with me. This one is currently running, and this one is sort of my backup in case I want to run the blue one rather than the yellow one. The yellow one was the first one I got, and it's just so cute. I love the yellow color. This one I mostly picked up because it was on sale, and I just thought, well, I love my first Flower Go Walk. I might as well get a second in a different color, because I'm a little bit insane with collecting Tamagotchis, admittedly. But yeah, this is the first one I've ever played. This one I haven't played yet, but I really like the mint and the white. I think it's really pretty. And then in terms of non-Tamagotchis, I also have a few Digimon. These ones I haven't run, although I have a few more that I have. And I'm not a big fan of these. These were the, I think, 20th anniversary edition. Not the X version, but like the regular 20th anniversary edition. And they're okay. I don't like how you can run 2 different characters on one device. I find that very confusing, and it's very easy to neglect one of them. And apart from that, I just don't think I'm a Digimon person. So yeah, these are not very fun for me. And I'm realizing I'm forgetting a few things, so let's do those real quick. I do have a Tamagotchi Pix, and I do have a re-release of the Connections. So they recently re-released the Connections, and I am such a big fan of these. Their internal like wires and such are a lot more clean. They're a lot easier to take apart and put back together. And they're also just the best of all of the different things that were great about the connections. They do have a few things that like the version 5 and the version 6 did differently that these don't have, but especially because we were asking specifically for the version 3, I think this is a great reproduction of the version 3. So I'm really happy to have this one. I also have the ice cream one in my apartment, so I can't show you that. This is my Tamagotchi Pix. I'm not a big fan. I find these ones very needy, kind of like the Connections Music Star version 6s. The Pixes are very, very needy, and the buttons that aren't actual buttons, they're like touch sensitive buttons, I guess. There's like a little divot in the plastic where each button should be, and they're very difficult to use, and I don't like that at all. I'm so glad that for the uni they brought back the buttons. So yeah, and also this is an enormous product. The Pix is so large because it has like, I think AA batteries it takes, maybe AAA, AA. It takes some enormous amount of batteries instead of the like tiny round batteries that these take. So yeah, not a big fan of the Pix, but I do have one because I wanted to try it out. And that's about it. Here, I'll tilt the camera so you can see the mess of Tamagotchis we've got going here. I have a lot of them. I hope you enjoyed this collection video, and I'll see you next time.